Hello, everyone. This is Barendipitous with another Brawlhalla Underworld cast and crew interviews, or interrogation room session, I guess. This time, I am joined by none other than Zelko. So, thanks
Uh,
for taking a few moments with me. So, first of all, Zelko, what do you do in Brawlhalla Underworld?
uh, well, my voice cross, so that's pretty cool.
I think it's
That's
pretty
all for
cool.
now.
For now, yeah. And that just means like you have interest in auditioning for other parts and whatever, and you've been doing that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, for right now, you are the voice actor for Cross, and which again I think that is really pretty cool. I like. Anyway, I'll move on to the next question. Explain how you heard about this fan project and how you got involved in it.
Uh, well, I actually was the only reason I heard about it was because I think it was Battle Pass Season 1 where I it was your reveal, and I went to your Twitter and I was like, "Oh, cool. He does quizzes for community colors." And and then I just saw that there was a like Brawlhalla Underworld. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Or I think it might have been before or after your reveal that I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, cool. I'll go check that out later." And so I did, and then I auditioned for Volkov, and then I didn't get it, and I got Cross instead, which is cool.
Right. Yeah. Um, yeah. Funny. Yeah. Funny story about that. I, with these auditions, there are understandably some characters that have more auditions than others. Um, and I always want to like cast as many people as possible, right? But obviously, I can't cast more than one person for the same role. And there were quite a few that auditioned for Volkov. Um, and so while you had a decent audition for the part, I did, as you know, I ended up with somebody else for that one.
Yeah,
However, I there were still a few people that auditioned for Cross, but none of them seemed to quite land for me. None of those auditions, and so I was looking through some of the other people who auditioned for other parts, and I came across yours for Volkov, and I'm like, you know what, that Volkov voice
good
actually
enough.
is well, no, I didn't say good enough. I'm just like that actually that could work pretty well for Cross. So
Yeah,
anyway, but then of course like I've you know you did an audition for it, so I'm like if you're okay with it, you can have it, but otherwise
yeah,
I'll look around and you were fine with it. So
yeah. After a week of not checking my Gmail, I got in on like the day before you said you were gonna look for someone else.
right, yeah, which it happens. It's even happening in this round of auditions too. I'm still waiting to hear back
Uh,
from a couple people, but we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I am very glad you accepted the role of Cross. And well, I'll go. And yeah, you've recorded a few lines for him, and it's just it's just really good. The line,
yeah.
the scene that I have Cross in so far, I'm I'm pretty happy with how that turned out.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I tried to
uh,
experiment at one point with like an accent, but it was like it kind of sounded forced, but it was like, it's fine without it, so
yeah, we try to experiment with things, and I'm always happy to go along with that. And I appreciate the fact that you were willing to try new things and experiment and whatever. Um,
it was my experimenting was kind of late though, because it was like 2 weeks
oh, that's
after
true.
you finished episode
After I
one.
finished an episode, yeah,
Yeah.
I will admit part of the reason why I said it's fine is that like as much as it would be cool like if you had practiced a New York accent or something like
New
that.
York accent, yeah.
Um, I like the effort of to be honest, the effort of like you trying to make it sound natural as well as the effort of replacing the voice lines didn't quite seem worth it if I already had a pretty good product already.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but there'll be other things that you and I have talked a little bit about, like other things we'll experiment with on Cross later on. So we shall we shall see there. But yeah, so my next question here is setting up for the question afterwards. As you know, there are 10 episodes fully written, with more to come. And so, just out of curiosity, again to prepare you for the next question, how many of those scripts have you read?
Uh, to be honest, fully through, I've only read episode one.
I mean, that's
Uh,
fine. That's
Yeah, I think there was one where we read like uh I forget which episode what it was, but it was the one with Poggers.
I know
And
exactly what you're talking about. Yep,
yeah,
yep,
and
yep.
I only read the very end of that because I was like
People drew
confused
it.
and I wanted to see what you guys were talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. People were drawing attention to the fact that I had wrote that for a particular character in a particular scene in a particular episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't. I never expect everyone to read all of the scripts or whatever. That's
Mhm.
fine. The reason I ask that is to kind of like get your mind prepared for like what you've encountered in the story so far.
Mhm.
Because what I want you to do is I want you to silently picture in your mind your favorite part of the story you've come across so far. Um, which is not a whole lot, but like picture in your mind, and without revealing any story spoilers, just kind of explaining your general feelings. Can you explain to me why you like that scene?
Uh, um,
I I know this might be a bit hard, but I do this to kind of like build build a little bit of like hype for the scenes
yeah.
without. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
So this one's actually, I think I'll go with it, but it's the one that Saturn actually said, and I like it because it's like really mysterious, and it's a good way to start.
Oh yeah, the very
Yeah.
first one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I say this a lot, but I had a lot of fun writing. I had a lot of fun writing pretty much all of it, honestly. But yeah, yeah, for that beginning part, um, I wanted to really sell the idea of film noir, right? I wanted the beginning to be
Mhm.
as film noir as possible, and to feel as like mafia crime drama as possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like I said, I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. So the last main question I have for you is, where would you be and what would you be doing, Zelko, if you were in the Valhalla Underworld?
Uh, well, I definitely think that I wouldn't be as high up on the tier and the hierarchy as the person I'm, voicing. Uh I'd probably I don't know. I'd probably just be a civilian, honestly. Like
That's fair.
just work a regular job.
And hope you don't get like mugged or you're not part of some
Yeah.
racket or something like that.
Yeah. Like
Nice. Yeah, that's totally
it's like,
fair.
"Hey, what's up, Brax? Hey, give me all your money." No.
Would you really say no to Vrax though?
Do I have a choice?
Yeah, see that's the thing. Like you wouldn't say no. Not only is he Vrax, he's a crime boss. Knowing him, he'd probably T pose over you. You can't beat
Yeah, it's
that.
just menacing. It's
He just
just
stands there menacingly, and you can't do anything
he
about
just
it.
stares at you to assert dominance. He doesn't
Exactly.
even need to say anything. You just know.
It was like, here, take my wallet and my shoes. Don't kill me, please.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
like you see Brax in a dark alleyway and you're like, "I'm sorry, man. I must have taken a wrong turn somewhere."
I am glad that even though there's a fair amount of humor in a lot of the characters, including some humor for Vrax, I'd like to think. Um, I'm glad that thinking about the world itself, that there is like that like mafia like danger in there or whatever. I'm glad that feeling can come across in the episode. So cool. Well, to wrap this up, was there anything else you wanted to say or anything you wanted to ask me at this point?
Uh, I mean, I don't know when you're gonna release this. When are you gonna release like all of the interviews?
Oh, the interviews, that depends on. So Mirage, BHH, or Baby Sheep. I think she goes by Mirage now. She's the one who's been editing these videos. So
Yeah.
it took a little while for the first interview to come up, but I believe she's like working on as many of them as possible and just scheduling them. So within over the next few weeks, they should be out
Mm.
as we get closer and closer to October 2nd, which is when
Yeah.
episode one releases. So
Yeah. Yeah, she did a really good job on the first episode. Shout out to her.
yeah,
I
yeah,
hope
exactly.
I hope she's listening.
She will listen to this because she's the one who's going
Yeah.
to be editing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, yeah, but yeah, she did a lot better with it than I thought. Like I was just imagining like just a blank screen with just text of like
Yeah.
BHU cast and crew interviews Zelko, and that's it. But no, she found like this really cool interrogation room intro, and just like all these other extra things. I'm not a video editor person, so I'm very much appreciative of the extra bells and whistles she added to it to make it that much better. So
Yeah, like the closed captioning and all that.
yeah, cool. Well, yeah, I don't know exactly when this will be posted, but my hope is that all these interviews will be up before, will be released scattered over the next 3 weeks or so until
Yeah.
October 2nd when episode one comes out. So, yeah, very excited
Cool.
for it. Thank you, Zelko, for taking these few minutes with me, and very fun interview, just like I expected. And
Mhm.
yeah, to all you listeners out there, look out for October 2nd. The episode will be here on this YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time in the Valhallan Underworld.